tree. Okay, so it should be showing something. But let me see. Is it showing background? Wait, no. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yippee. Okay.
Into Discord. That might be good.
So the screen's working just fine. There's no issues with it. And I'm just make this a little bit easier to read. Make this like 12 font. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's a lot better to read. About 200. Yeah, no, 200 too much. Alright, I think this is about as good as we can do. Cool, cool, cool. And now I'm going to start pinging the multiple servers, and I'll probably make a post about it on Twitter. If I'm looking right now, yeah, so we are live. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, just want to make sure. Oh, man. No one's joined so far, but that's to be expected. I'm going to share this around, get the share link. I'm going to hop over to my server. Howdy, everyone. Howdy ho. Put this. Come hang out and have some fun while I write out some of your what if suggestions. This thumbnail is really funny. Okay. And then I'll post it in the Smug Squad server really fast, and then I'll post it around 2 more places, and then I should be good to go. Mr. What If Universe.
Yes.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing alright, actually.
Hey, yo, let's go. Hoggies. Oh, people are here. Hi!
Yeah, I was about to tell you people were here. I'm not addressing the people.
I was sharing around the stream link, so I checked for a second. I'm like, okay, no one's here yet. All right, I can make my messages. But already people are here.
I'm hearing you double. I better fix that. Oh no.
Wait, say that again.
Pulled up the stream. I was hearing you double because I pulled up the stream.
Oh, okay. Scary for a second. But for people who are here, hi everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to my little stream here. My name is Professor Chimp, as you may already know. And we have a little guest here today, my good friend, Mr. What If Universe is here to stop on by and say hi and discuss some of your what if suggestions. Mr. What If Universe, do you have anything to say to the humble folks here?
I want to give people some context if you want to check out stuff. We've been doing watch Dragon Ball Martian. That's the biggest thing that we're kind of doing currently. If you haven't.
Hell yeah.
But for other context, for people that are interested, I used to edit for Smugstick for a bit, and that was around what I've seen for a decent amount of time, and now I'm basically semi-retired and mostly just at videos for people these days, really. But I might come back. I'm really excited with the Super coming back, basically twice. That's something that I was not expecting at all, so I might actually just come back someday.
Hell yeah. And you'll be able to make a what if about what if John 1000 was in My Hero Academia. That's where the real money is. John Dragon Ball what ifs.
I mean, if I were to do something with MHA, I definitely want to do Saitama training Deku. I think that'd be really funny.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this before, Mr. What If, but I remember this was relatively recently. I remember there was some like fan art going on that got really popular and got some traction on Twitter, where it was essentially drawings of a One Punch Man mixed with My Hero Academia, where it was two fan arts. The first one was of All Might giving his hair to Mr. Bicycle Man, Kamen Rider. No, what was the name again? Moving Rider. There we go. He gave his hair to Moving Rider. It's like, eat this. And the second one I saw was of Saitama telling Deku, like, all right, you gotta do this workout if you want to get big and strong. And he's like, huh? There's a lot of comedy there.
I mean, how I view it, I just want Deku to just write down, and he just really thinks about that this does not seem possible, but then he actually does and it works. I think that's where the comedy comes in it. When he tries to tell people, no one believes him.
I like the idea that Midoriya and Saitama are like the same level of freak, where like they're not normal humans, even without quirks. They just worked out so much that their bodies went, oh yeah, we're gonna break our limits. Asanti, welcome to the stream. Hello, Mr. Jog Vodka, welcome to the stream as well. Arch IDW, welcome to the stream. And Rabiosis, the Rabbit Menace, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the $2 dono. If King Cold made Frieza and Cooler share Planet Vegeta. Okay, so instead of being hands off, King Cold is just like, oh, okay, Frieza, play along now with your daddy's toys. Trying to get him to be more like, I don't know. Maybe not treat them better, but just force the two brothers to share their toy, aka Planet Vegeta. But if that's the case, then if Cooler had direct ownership of at least half the planet, he would make sure no one survives, right? Like, at all. He would just go, oh, hey, there's a... Whoa! Green Turret! Thank you for the $50 dono. Holy moly. I'll finish my thought really fast, but I'll get to your message really quick, Green Turret. So, let me just write it down really fast before I forget. So, like, if King Cold forces his sons... Yeah, go ahead.
I think the more interesting thing is, like, you have to guess how Cooler was younger compared to Frieza, because you could say, like, maybe he was less paranoid, and he's just telling Frieza, like, I don't know, man, I think you're just a bit crazy about this legendary Super Saiyan thing. Like, maybe you think about it or something for a bit, because I think that could cause some decent conflict, I feel like, reasonably. Because then Cooler might actually have to investigate and be like, okay, because he might actually think it more logically, see, like, how strong can a Saiyan reasonably get, or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like if Cooler is there, I don't think he'd allow Frieza to kill the Saiyans, because that's, like, more than half of their workforce.
I don't think he'd let him do it immediately. He would want actual proof that they could get way stronger than them somehow. Like, you'd have to discover, like, the Zenkai or something, and, like, see it in action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. Which I guess could lead to, like, potentially, like, alliances being drawn where, like, some of the Saiyans, like, Bardock or whatever, sides with, like, Cooler. Because at least by teaming with Cooler, they're not gonna get killed immediately, right? but maybe King Vegeta sides with Frieza because like that he doesn't believe that Frieza will kill them, and like, that's the ruler, right? How can he go against them? So potentially Sand Civil War with Frieza and Cooler on either side? Question mark. Okay, I'll leave that for now. Green Turret. Yeah, it's a good spot. Green Turret says, you know that weird part of the Baby Saga where Goku sent to that game show dimension? Well, he sent to another Jump franchise out of the list. Will be the most advantageous one he could learn from to help get back and defeat Baby. Oh, okay. So, like, I had a little list here. So people are just aware of, like, some of, like, the anime franchises that I'm knowledgeable about. So things like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, One Punch Man, MHA, Demon Slayer, JoJo's, and Pokemon. I can make the list larger, but this was just the ones I had at the top of my head. Because I felt bad in the last stream, so I made a suggestion for like $20. It was for this mecha anime from the 70s that I had no knowledge of, so I felt really bad about not being able to answer honestly. But beyond just, thank you for the dono, but I don't know what this
Gundam,
is.
by chance?
It wasn't Gundam, it was a different mecha anime that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, okay. There's a
So,
bunch of those.
at least I know a little bit about Gundam in general. I know more about Zoids actually, but yeah, I just wanted to make that list to make people be aware. But yeah, so like if GT Goku was teleported somewhere else that wasn't the board game dimension, I mean, let me look at the list again. It wouldn't be Dragon Ball
like
because
Jojo would be nice
that'd be weird.
because he could get a stand if he has stand arrow.
Do you think that stand arrows work on aliens?
I mean, we consider part 4.
Oh, what's his face? Mikataka? The alien boy that no one's really sure if he's an alien or not? Maybe. It's possible. But yeah, there is...
Impossible.
Yeah, there's extended lore stuff that implies that, like, there are stands capable of traveling dimensions. So it's also, again, it's not impossible.
Like, that would actually help him get back, is how I'm thinking, realistically.
Yeah. And then when it comes to something like, let's see, in Naruto, it's not. I don't think it's possible unless there's something in Boruto that I'm not aware of.
I mean, Kaguya could go through dimensions, but could Goku learn it quick enough? I don't know. That'd be
I also don't think. I don't know about that one either. Funny enough,
chakra system. I don't know.
Well, it's that whole can of worms about, like, do you believe that Genjutsu can affect things that don't have chakra networks? Because I know the Infinite Tsukiyomi, in the anime, they show that there's cats and animals that are trapped in the dimension. So maybe they're also affected by Genjutsu, even though there's no such thing as chakra networks inside of them. Maybe. It's weird. It's a weird discussion, but at the very least, I think Pokemon's the easiest answer because there are Pokemon that can easily travel across like
There's
realms.
surprisingly enough of them.
Yes, the various reality warpers. So there's like what Dialga, the Time Warpers, Palkia. There's Hoopa, who can just create ring dimensions to go between it places. And there's God, there's Arceus. More people are, there's more people joining in. Welcome. Ultra, welcome to the stream. Virtua Dragon's Dreamer. I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. It's cold. It's ultra cold where I am. And I'm doing my best to stay warm. Doing my best, got my socks on. I'm actually wearing some pink socks with little cavemen on them. I got as a gift a long time ago. So thank you for asking. I hope you're staying warm too in these very, very cold times. Right now there's like a huge snowy cold front coming across the US, so hope you're all staying safe too. Archie asked if there's a particular type of what if I prefer writing. I mean, I like writing whatever interests me, I'll be honest. Just the other day I wrote out an outline, even for a video, just like as a thought experiment, just Superman in Dragon Ball. I might share that here sometime. but that's generally something that I just like doing whatever interests me. I don't care if it's like a strictly, oh, this is my serious attempt at this story for Dragon Ball, or if it's like a wacky idea or a crossover thing. It's whatever interests me at the time. But yeah, to answer your question, Green Turret, I would say the easiest answer is Pokemon. I guess if you really want to stretch it, if he goes to My Hero Academia, there might be a chance there's like some quirk that lets you manipulate reality or something, or go through doorways of dimensions. It's not impossible. Like with Stars and Stripes' ability being able to, like, New Order, it's so powerful, it rewrites the laws of nature. So, like, assuming she's alive, what if she just said, oh, you will now travel back to your reality? Like, nothing says she can't do that. It wouldn't be impossible. And then Demon Slayer, what are they gonna do? Like, honestly, is there a Blood Demon arc that lets you travel across dimensions? I know technically there is one. It's the one that Muzan's a banjo wielding demon friend has, that creates like that open, that like enclosed space. That's the giant Muzan castle, Infinity Castle thing. But it's not the same thing as traveling across realities.
I feel like Bleach theoretically could work, but the problem is no one's strong enough. I would think to kill Goku is the problem. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
you'd have to die first to even get access to a bunch of abilities, realistically.
Yeah. I mean, you could also have like the logic of, oh, maybe he encounters a Soul Reaper who like punches his soul out of his body in order to travel to the Soul Society. It's not impossible. It happened with Ichigo in the main series in the beginning.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hi, Rock. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat.
Yeah. I just showered, so now I'm here.
Thank you for joining. For everyone here in the stream, this is my good friend Rock Hard Aneurysm. Just call him Rock. He's gonna talk with us a bit more about some of these what ifs. He's been part of the what if community here for at least for this Monk Squad for like about 6 years now.
Yeah, we're old. We're all old.
we're the unks. We're the unks of the Smug Squad community.
Sun Condor was asking about tips for making what if content. So these.
I mean, like in terms of an actual channel, or just like to practice for yourself. If it's for like a channel,
that's like a channel is what they're saying.
I would suggest just making sure you always have an outline ready before you attempt to write out a full script, because the outline's like your guiding key to making sure that you have a proper vision for what you want to write, and in the chance you want to change things accordingly, you at least always have the outline to fall back on in case you forget details. In terms of like,
super important.
Yeah.
Like if you want people to listen to you and your audio sucks, no one's gonna watch, unfortunately. Like you want to make sure it's clean as best you can get it. Like at least that's my personal opinion. Like there's people who start what if channels, and if they don't sound good, I'm just not gonna listen. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, no, me too. The visuals are like the visuals aren't the most important thing if you're starting out, in my opinion. But what matters way more is audio quality. Yeah. And for audio quality, like, I know it's difficult to have, you know, several $100 laying around to get like a good mic and like a good audio setup with like an audio interface. But like even something like an $80 to $100 microphone that you can use reliably, and making sure you're in an enclosed space where it's not a huge room. Preferably you're in a closet, or you have some kind of tarp to have over you, so that there's not a lot of audio bouncing around your walls. That also helps. I was just looking up some tips online regarding how to record audio in your room on a budget. That's what I did when I first started doing this, and work it from there. And then making sure that you maintain like a schedule. I'm always bad with trying to find time to record and edit audio because I'm just always really busy with my responsibilities. So it's and I also get sick a lot, unfortunately. So time is few and far between. But yeah, just maintain your schedule, maintain that the dedication to what you're doing, and just write what you want to see in the world, things that make you interested. Green Turret says, while being able to get back is a part of the questions I have about which benefits him is more interesting to think about. Yeah, no, for sure.
I think the other problem is you have to consider which ones allow him to get something out of it is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the funny thing is if he goes to One Piece, he eats a fruit. Well, if he runs into any person who can drown him, it might be over, theoretically.
Right,
really
exactly.
Funny.
Green Turret
it's
says...
like, this looks tasty.
But then he can't swim. Green Turret says, would a Goku with basic chakra control or Genki abilities be able to defeat Bay once he returns? Okay, so let's say he's able to somehow return back to fight Baby after going to one of these different worlds, right? I mean, if Goku were to figure out how to use Genjutsu, he wouldn't use it because he wants to fight Baby in a fair battle, even if it's to like save his world. He still want to fight. He's already very well trained in hand-to-hand combat already, so Taiju's out of the question. I feel like out of all of these, the one thing he could potentially gain that would be really useful is a stand.
Yeah, I also still think a stand would be most useful because no one else would be able to see it theoretically.
Yeah. They could probably sense it. I because the way ki sensing works is that you're able to sense people's like ki, their spirit energy essentially.
I guess
so like they could sense it, but they wouldn't be able to see it. That's also why I also don't think that him learning how to use solar energy would also work, because solar energy is incredibly similar to ki in a lot of ways. I feel like Goku wouldn't be able to learn much from the Bleach verse or from Naruto. In One Punch Man, he would... Everyone there would just be so much weaker than him. Unless he were to say that, oh, maybe Goku trained with Saitama seriously and they become so cracked they just punch a hole in reality. So that when Goku comes back...
that could be his way out.
Yeah, so like it's like Superboy in DC. He just punches the sky so hard it shatters reality.
What about what happened in Buu Saga? So he just gets strong enough similar to that. He just punches a hole.
Yeah, and then he comes out with Saitama when they're both injured as hell. And then he's just like, good luck, Goku, buddy. No problem, bestie. And then just manhandles Bay Vegeta. But yeah, no, like, he can't learn much from My Hero Academia either, because he's stronger than everyone there. And he can't obtain a quirk. Unless he were to say, oh, Goku somehow got a quirk from All For One, in which case, would it even help him? Demon Slayer, also, he learns to breathe better, so he can use a weapon, but, like, I also don't think that would help much either. I definitely think getting a stand is, like, the biggest thing. And then the second condition would be he just trains a lot with Saitama, become really cracked.
I think Bleach could be funny because maybe like his spirit's theoretically stronger, I guess. But that's the only thing I could think that he could gain from it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the only thing he gains of use from Naruto is 1,000 years of death, and he uses that on Baby, and it expels Baby out of his body.
Of course. Yeah, he does the 1,000 years of death, and then Baby just goes, "Whoa!" And then boom, out comes the parasite. That's how it works in the real world. That's how it works. For sure.
Sounds like
for
it
sure.
translate like that.
But yeah, no, it would definitely be he gets a stand of some kind, or he somehow gets a devil fruit that amplifies his abilities, or he gives him like a cheat code of some kind. Like, I don't know. some kind of devil fruit ability to like manipulate foreign matter from people's bodies, or it lets him tap into his hidden power or something. Going off of existing devil fruits, I mean, it'd be interesting if he got something like Law's devil fruit, so he can surgically remove the baby parasite from Vegeta's body. Like that could be a good win condition.
I mean, I guess hockey could be somewhat useful, just make him more durable, I guess.
But Ki already does that. No, Ki already does that.
That's how I feel about.
Ki lets you see far away, lets you enhance your senses, it makes you more durable. And if you just shout enough, it makes people get harmed in a way, and it knocks them out. Yeah, it's the same thing as hockey, essentially.
I mean, like, he's pretty simple, and it just does everything better anyways compared to the other verses.
Right. So yeah, I'll move on, but thank you again for the dono, Green Terror. I really appreciate it. Thank you very kindly. Let's some other suggestions here in the chat. What if Naruto had an Android Saga-like storyline? I mean, it's not impossible. There's a lot of filler that has robot and cyborgs in it as like a main plot point. I know that if I remember right, the one important filler arc that actually had the Naruto robot was from that one was from that was a dream, right? Like that was a dream Naruto had that didn't actually happen.
Oh,
I just remember
there was a filler arc where Naruto dreamt that like there was like a robot duplicate of him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened.
Like, yeah, we have characters that like Orochimaru that are super geniuses that could invent cloning, and by the time Boruto happens, there's already like high tech weapons that are similar to like what we have in terms of technological prowess. So like, it's not impossible to create robots.
My thing is, I feel like the Konoha Crush arc's very similar to that. You have like an antagonist that brings back like two very powerful people, essentially. They cause havoc, they get beaten, essentially. That's the hard thing with doing something similar now. If it wants to include like Cell Saga and stuff, well, maybe Orochimaru has a plan to like fuse them together or something funny like that. I don't know. That could be funny.
Just like how they added at the end, like the Saiyan Saga, they should have totally made Boruto the Cell Saga. That would have been so much better, obviously.
Right. Alicorn Gaia said, did Chimp read my last message? What was your last comment? Was it the one about Lucario is basically, you're right, Lucario is basically Goku. He fights with his fists and his kicks, and he has a little ki blast. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Tom Servo even voiced him.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does.
I did not know that.
At least in Smash Bros, I remember.
What's another suggestion? What if the Android Saga from Dragon Ball never happened? Was said it was a Marvel-esque Civil War? I don't know if that would happen specifically there, because what would they have to discuss that would cause such a schism in the Z fighters, right? Would it be, oh, let Jiro die or let him live? And half of them go, we have to kill him, and the other half goes, let Jiro live. Like, what would that be the main discussion? Like, I don't know. I feel like you need something more
the only way I could see it
than that.
happening is if, like, Vegeta magically defeats a door that's stronger than him somehow. That's questions how. But he does that. He kills Jiro, and everyone's angry at him. It's like, Vegeta, why'd you do this? And then when he talks already, like, you know what? Maybe Vegeta had a point. Maybe it was a good idea. He killed Jiro right then.
Jiro, they go, Vegeta, you monster! You killed Jiro, an innocent man who was doing absolutely nothing wrong. You have to turn yourself in.
He was a scientist.
He was a scientist. I feel like there would have to be like a much more pressing matter that actually causes
I'm saying
the
that's
room
the
to be
only
split.
thing that I would come up with if I was told I had to do this on the spot. It's like,
I-
okay, this is how it goes.
I think
Go ahead.
I think the only point in time where there'd be some tension would have been like the middle of the Android saga, like when they were like, "Oh, press the button, kill 18." No, but then, so I feel like the only time would be like, I don't know, one of the what ifs, but like where Vegeta actually walks in and kills Semi-Perfect Cell. So then it's just, 18 left, and then he's like, I wanna kill that android, but then everybody else is like, she's done nothing wrong, not really. So then.
Right.
That might be it, just because Vegeta's not fully a good guy yet, so he'd probably just be like, now that that's out of the way, I want to kill this android and beat up Goku.
Right. Now, I agree. There's an outline that I have right now. Or, not even an outline. I have ideas in my brain for what if the androids broke their limits. And, like, it's similar to what you just said, Rock. Like, the main deviation is that the androids are able to work together a bit better with Piccolo to defeat Imperfect Cell. But then once Vegeta shows up, he wants to kill them all. He wants to kill the androids. So it becomes a question of the heroes going, wait, should we just let Vegeta do this? Or should we stop him since these androids did nothing wrong yet? Like, see, it's like a moral dilemma that, like, causes a split in the room. But even then, the Z-Fighters are kind of nonchalant about most things. Like, with Jojo, they all said, we don't want to kill him yet because we want to have fun fighting. And then Krillin just gives up and goes, sorry, Bulma. That's just the way they are. Like, it's gotta be, like, a really good reason. Archie says, if I were Bulma, I would have been so pissed Z-Fighters for saying, nah, let dangers come so we can fight them. I mean, she was mad for a second, and then she just went, I mean, what else can I do? They all said no.
Those Saiyans.
Those wacky Saiyans. Jog says, I think the thing is the more powerful people are usually the ones taking the lead. Yeah, that's just how it is, really. In Dragon Ball, especially. Yeah, exactly. Bulma will suggest killing Jojo, and then everyone else is just like, actually, no. Or at least Goku Vegeta would say no, and the rest would fall in line and go, well, they said so what can we do? Magnetic says, I feel like there could definitely be an opportunity for a scenario where Bulma convinces the humans to join her and they stop Jojo early. I feel like that might be possible if Trunks stays behind a little bit longer. And Trunks is able to convince Bulma and some other people like Krillin that, no, we have to stop them now. You don't understand. The future's boned. We're eating dog food every day. It's horrid. We have to stop them now. I don't care what my dad says. That could be, although that could be an interesting discussion of, like, let's just say, what if Trunks convinced the Z-Fighters to kill Jojo early? So, like, just future Trunks stays behind a bit longer. He convinces some of the Z-Fighters to kill Jojo early. So, like, you know, the Earthlings, essentially. So, like, Krillin, Yamcha, maybe Gohan, but definitely not Tien, Goku, or Vegeta, right? They go to find Jojo's lab, and then Vegeta finds him there. Vegeta tracks them down, and he gets upset. He's like, oh, how dare you? That was my battle. And then they just fight, right? Because it would be really cool to see, like, Vegeta versus future Trunks. Although, at this point, Vegeta wouldn't be strong enough to defeat Trunks, because Trunks has Super Saiyan, right?
Yeah.
But if they're fighting, that would make Jojo become really like aware that, oh shit, something's happening outside my door. And what would stop him from just not releasing them early, right? Maybe he wouldn't be able to release something like, I don't know, 17 or 18. Maybe they're not done yet. But 16 was an older model. Maybe 16 is still around, so he activates him. And at that point, they're all boned, right? Like, what are they going to do?
I mean, 16 only wanted to go after Goku.
Yeah, so like 16 might just stop them right then and there, but he wouldn't kill them. And then so they're forced to figure out, well, shit, what do we do now? And it's just the Android Saga, except there's no Cell, 17 or 18. It's pretty much just Goku tells them about the time chamber. They go in early, they defeat 16. And then that's it until Cell shows up like much later. That's how I would figure it out, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah, not much else.
I can't really add too much.
Cell would be boned though. He'd be like, "Damn, there's no androids to absorb," so he'd just be eating cities.
Yeah, he'd be like eating regular people. Would Jojo get away? That depends entirely on whether or not you believe he's already a robot or not. Because if he's not a robot yet, if he's not an android, what's he gonna do? Like, realistically, he's not gonna outrun.
I think I remember somewhere it said, like, I don't know, Daizensu or something, said that like he built 19, so then he could help with turning him into an android, because obviously Jojo's called Android 20, so
that makes sense.
The last android.
Well, in that case, if this is happening so early, then he wouldn't have built 19 yet, and he would still be normal human. And again, how would he escape if he's a normal human?
Metal door in a capsule.
Jojo goes, I have contingencies, and he releases 5 more doors. Alright, what's some other suggestions that we have in mind? What if Bulma invented space travel early? Well, you know, they know of aliens because of Jojo ever since Bulma was like 3. Why not push that further? I think the biggest thing was resources, right? Like, even though Bulma's like really smart, she was able to figure out a method for space travel because they have the materials. It wasn't until they had Goku's ship as a base they were able to like figure out how to create these ships. I guess you could say that, like, I don't know, Jojo came back at some point, and then Bulma was like, I don't know, a little bit older, and then she just went, oh hey, I made a Xerox copy of your schematics, and just kept it.
I mean, Goku's ship is still around, but the thing's like, Goku wouldn't know where it's at.
Yeah, he wouldn't know. I guess if you really wanted to push it, they could just ask the soul of Grandpa Gohan, but at that point, why would they ask? Is Bulma just curious? She was given the schematics at the end of the Jojo manga of his ship because it was an older model. Okay. But, like, again, why would it be her purpose for going into space? I remember, okay, so this is, I'm telling you something that I helped write a long time ago. It was an outline for a potential Smug Stick video about what if Whis raised Goku. And like the layout of that story was that Whis decides that he wants to see the strongest version of Goku possible. So he shows up to Goku and he's like really small and he's still living with Grandpa Gohan. And Gohan treats him as if he was like imagining a friend at first, until he finds out one day that Whis actually was real. And he just lets Whis hang out sometimes. And in that story, Whis sticks around to help train Goku, and then it gets to a point when Bulma shows up and asks for the Dragon Ball. Whis tells her about the Super Dragon Balls as like a nonchalant, like, you know, side comment. And then she goes, "Oh wait, there are stronger Dragon Balls? I don't want these Earth ones. They're lame. I want the really good Super Dragon Balls." And that's the reason why Goku and Bulma go into space in early Dragon Ball to find the Super Dragon Balls. So, like, if there's a reason why she has to go into space, then, like, you can easily write it that way. That, oh, she has to go early because of X, Y, Z. Like, if there's no reason for it, then why would you do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun story. I remember the first major conflict was going to be, like, Babidi and Deborah. And because Goku trained with Whis for a while, even though he's really young, he's, like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan
Super Saiyan God level.
No, not even. Like, he's, like around Deborah's level when he's, like, 10 years old. It's like his first actual challenge. Oh, what else happened here? Okay, so what if Android 17 stayed evil? Oh, okay, so 17 is absorbed, Cell is defeated, he comes back to life, 18 tells him that Krillin revived him. Does 17 just go, now that Goku's gone, I'm gonna kill everyone? And then he gets stopped by Gohan.
How dare this bald guy raise up my girl, my
sister? I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to kill
Nobody touches my sister.
And then Gohan shows up and then one-shots him. I guess you could say that, like, maybe 17 decides, I'm going to train some more since I can't beat Gohan right now. So he trains for 7 years, and then he shows up again in the Buu arc. You could say that.
I feel like he would play the long con.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he would train on Monster Island or something with the Cell Juniors for, like, 7 years. He comes back, and at that point, he's, like, far beyond Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He'd be so cracked that, like, who could stop him? Except for maybe Super Saiyan 3 Goku, if that. How does that one joke go? Where it's Goku telling Vegeta, we need to fuse. This is base Android 17 we're up against.
That reminds me of base Kappa when that was a meme.
Yeah, exactly. This is base Kappa. This is base 17 we're up against. All right, what's another one?
Someone asked what if Grandpa Gohan never died. That's kind of interesting, a little bit.
I've written that down before too, not as like ideas, not as an actual outline. But my base idea for what if Grandpa Gohan survived, it would be that, like, he has Goku go off on his adventures, but instead of staying in his mountains, he decides, oh, you know what? It's been a long time since I've seen the outside world. I should probably go check things out. And so he does things like he'll meet Roshi, and then he meets Ox King. Maybe he's there when Goku's trying to put out the fire in Mount Fry Pan. So maybe Gohan's the one who like pulls out the fire, maybe. But it would just be small things of Gohan exploring the world and deciding maybe I should also try and train a little and see more what life has to offer, even though I'm old, and to keep up with my grandson. Something like that. And then you have something like Jackie Chun versus Gohan, but Gohan disguised as like the fox mask man. That could be fun. But then once you kind of start Nick Wilde, once you kind of start leaving OG Dragon Ball, it gets really hard to justify Gohan being in the story.
Yeah. Unless he gets his potential unlocked, then becomes Beast Gohan, not saying.
Mm-hmm. Or he gets his youth back, or something like that. I feel like there's a story in there somewhere. I'll just have to think about an angle to approach it. Like, I don't know, maybe he rekindles his
nice
rivalry with Ox
story.
King or something. Yeah. Let's see here. What if the Karate Kid franchise was in Dragon Ball? I don't know much about Karate Kid. I'm sorry. I've seen the first season of Karate Kid with my partner.
These
And now
kids, these kids start. Then they just see a little child who's just throwing kamehamehas, and he's just like, man, Sensei, we're not prepared for this shit.
Yeah, it's like Miyagi-san, can I do that? And he goes, Are you fucking crazy? He scares me. I'm scared. Don't talk to him, Daniel-san. But yeah, unfortunately, I am not well versed in the extended lore of the Karate Kid universe, sadly. What if Super took place and GT did in the timeline? That would just mean that Goku would be a lot older. Everyone's older. Everyone has like more base power. But they're not going to beat Beerus without God Key. They're still going to get God Key. They're still going to have to get training to defeat Goku Black and the Universe 6 tournament and Golden Frieza. You could probably make an argument that like maybe Oob has more development than in GT because he'd be more of like a team fighter and has more things to do. Because Oob would still be there. So would Pan.
It would actually.
I guess that the big change would just be that like Oob is more of a character. And Pan is also there to help out sometimes. But it would still pretty much just be Goku Vegeta end up having to figure out how to handle Beerus and then training with God Key. I'll just need to figure out like a proper angle because that's all I can really see right now. It's like a proper angle, you know. All right, what else? What else do we have as
Someone
suggestions?
asked, what if you wrote Dragon Ball Super? That was a pretty big one, honestly.
That is a big one. Let's see. If I wrote Super, there's some ideas I like a lot about Super, then some things I really don't like. I feel like if I were to introduce the idea of a god of destruction, I would make it so that Beerus isn't just immediately a friend of the heroes. Like not at first. Maybe there's like more candidates to be a god of destruction. It's not just Goku Vegeta. It's like there's also like another villain. Either someone that already exists like Frieza, or a new character, or an existing movie character like Cooler or something. What else?
I feel like if I was writing Super, I might mix some more of the Z movies canon. That's most likely what I'd start with. which is really funny. I think about it.
Yeah, how so?
I mean, instead of doing Res F, I think I'd bring. I think I'd actually bring Cooler first instead. I think that'd be funny. He's just here for revenge for a reason.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me a lot of some versions of Dragon Ball AF where like the very first arc, I think it's Toibles, where Frieza's son ends up coming to Earth and he's like super duper strong and he has way more potential than like his dad ever did. And he kicks off like the main story arc. Something like that. Again, it's weird because like I want to cherry pick the ideas that I think worked best in Super. But at that point, I'm just reusing most of like the already established like, you know, plot devices.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be more like a rewrite. I think that'd be.
It would be a complete rewrite, yeah. It would for sure be a complete rewrite, but I'll have to get way more thought though. Let me see. What else would the people here been saying?
That's what if Yamcha raised Goku.
Okay, so this one I've thought about before in the past, but I haven't given it much thought since I initially thought about it. So, like, if Yamcha and Puar raised Goku, then he'd also be a bandit, right?
Yeah, most likely.
I know there's a lot of popular fan stories that try to flesh out Yamcha's backstory, where it's like, oh, he used to belong to like a wolf school. Yeah. In case for you guys who've never read, what was it called again? It was called Dragon Ball Elsewhere. Yeah.
The best Dragon Ball fan manga.
It was one of the best ones. I agree. It is one of the best ones. Let me just double check actually. Let's go to the Dragon Ball wiki. I feel like there's never been like an official statement saying what Yamcha's backstory is. At least not like in depth at all. Beyond what we already saw in like the beginning of Dragon Ball. No, I don't mean evolution.
We know more about Puar than Yamcha.
We do. Yeah, no, we know more about Puar's backstory than we do about Yamcha specifically. Yeah, so he met Puar 2 years before the OG Dragon Ball starts. He's just ambushing people and stealing their stuff. Yeah, no, that's what we already know. There's no real backstory about his childhood or anything. So I'm just going to assume he was raised in the desert with a very tough life. Yeah. He had a very tough life, and so he and Goku they survive by being bandits. Yamcha's definitely killed people, hasn't he? Like, if he robs people and he takes all of their stuff in the desert, they're goners, right? Like, there's no way that the people that he robs get to live after being stranded in the desert for, like, months, right? There's no way. If Yamcha raised Goku, would they stick to the desert or be forced to expand their range with bigger appetite? I mean, I feel like the desert has a lot of wildlife just hidden away. It's like Yamcha never found them because he's a regular guy. But you know,
probably some dinosaurs lurking around.
Yeah, like if Broly can survive on planet Vampa, I think Goku can survive in the desert personally. But I do think they'd be more successful in when they rob people. They'd be more successful for sure. And whenever Goku turns into a giant monkey at night, I feel like Yamcha will be smart enough to figure out his weakness, because he figured it out really fast by himself. Like in the main story, he figures it out pretty quickly. So if Yamcha and Puar work together, then they'll be able to like subdue Goku, then tell him, "Hey Goku, never ever look at the sun, or never look at the moon ever again, please and thank you." Well, that too. But he tell Goku, never look at the moon ever again.
Goku.
Don't go blind. Don't look at the sun. So I'll keep that here. Goku would be raised to be a bandit in the desert. When Goku transforms into an Ozaru, then Yamcha would be able to figure out rather quickly what his weakness is and stop him with Puar. After that, I mean, Bulma would still show up with Oolong, because I definitely feel that she'd be able to convince Grandpa Gohan to join her, because Grandpa Gohan was a pervert. Not as bad as Roshi was, but like he admits in the manga that he's weak to pretty girls. So like I could easily see her convincing Grandpa Gohan to accompany her as a bodyguard. So then by the time Grandpa Gohan shows up with Bulma and Oolong, Yamcha fights Gohan first. Wait, no. Yamcha would fight Gohan first. Then he'd realize that he's the invincible Master Gohan, and he'd give up. But then Goku's like, "Yo, big bro, Aniki, why are you backing down against an old man?" And Yamcha's like, "Wait, no, Goku, stop! Don't you understand who this is? This is a Master Gohan. You can't beat a master." Yeah, then Goku's like, "Oh, this will be a piece of cake. Stand back, big bro." And then Goku gets his ass kicked. Goku loses to Grandpa Gohan, but Gohan will be like, "Oh, you're really, really strong. You're both powerful, but this little kid's like something else. You guys shouldn't be banished. You should both be students. You should both be martial artists instead of this path of darkness." And then you'd have Yamcha tell Goku to run away, because he'll end up seeing Bulma and he gets nervous. But then he would probably still chase after Dragon Balls with Goku and Puar. They would both chase after them. They would both join them probably in maybe not in the Mushroom City where Monster Carrot was, because I'm just going to assume Grandpa Gohan brought his power pole with him. In which case, if he does, then the rabbit mob boss is like easy pickings. But like by the time that the Pilaf Castle stuff happens, I feel like Pilaf's gang would still find a way to trick the Z fighters into getting knocked out with like gas and stuff, right? And then Goku, Puar, and Yamcha are also roped in that as well, because they still want the Dragon Balls, right? So they try and save Bulma and her friends, and then they get captured. Gohan thinks that like, oh, maybe I can escape out of here with a Kamehameha, but then I'd probably destroy the whole castle, which is the excuse for why he doesn't break out immediately. And then like you have Puar and Oolong still turn into bats to escape. They would make the wish in Dragon Balls. Oolong gets pissed. Sorry, not Oolong. Pilaf gets pissed. He puts them in the mirror room so they can die slowly. And then when Goku sees the moon, he turns into an Ozaru. they stop him because, you know, they're all there. Gohan's there too, so it's a lot easier. And I feel like after the P-Lock arc is done, like Goku and Yamcha will get offered a chance to live with Bulma. And even though Yamcha really wants to, he know that Goku would want to train to get tougher. So I can honestly see a scenario where like Yamcha and Goku follow Gohan's advice to train with Roshi. So when they train with Roshi, it's not just Goku and Krillin, but it's those two and Yamcha together.
The only thing I want to consider is if Goku still has good nature or not, because that could be interesting.
He would be a delinquent. I don't think he'd be like a murderous Saiyan.
You know what?
But he would not be ultra sweet. He might still be goofy, but he'd be more mischievous, and he'd be a delinquent for sure because he's a bandit. He was raised by his big bro that he looks up to. So yeah, he definitely have different personality.
Yeah, I'm sure it respects women and old people. that's
yes.
The extent of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I could see a discussion here being made that like because Goku is such a delinquent, it causes Chi-Chi to not like him at first, and she's like, "Oh, you're a ruffian, you're a delinquent. Don't talk to me. You're disgusting. You're nothing like the sweet prince I have in my dreams." And Goku's like, "Yeah, screw off. You're just a girl. Meh. You have cooties." Maybe that could change in the future, but like at least in the beginning, they wouldn't like each other, like at all. Honestly, the idea that like Yamcha stays relevant and then Goku has a more abrasive Saiyan-like personality would be interesting to write about. Like imagine if Tamborine's the one to like kill Yamcha instead of Krillin, and Goku gets really mad. That'd be cool. It's definitely worth exploring. Like, what do you think? Mr. Universe? What do you think?
I think it gets really funny by the time he meets Raditz, because Raditz would have a slightly different response. Ish.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, you're kind of similar, but you have your own code or something. I think that would throw him off a bit. That would be funny.
Could you imagine if like
the family?
Imagine if that Goku he grows out his hair to be long, and then when Rad shows up, he's like, "Oh, you look just like me. I knew you were my brother. No one else would have hair like mine." And yeah, and like Goku be a kleptomaniac. The third son. But yeah, I could imagine like Goku, because he lived in like the desert. He really values money. Maybe he's always trying to steal things, like small things that no one notices. Like those monkeys in India that like they go around like tourists, they go in for pictures, and they'll steal your phone or they'll steal your food without you noticing. So yeah, I could see Goku being a little klepto. I could see that. So he respects his big bro Yamcha immensely and has a habit of stealing things. Yeah. Archie says Yamcha had great key control, if I recall, didn't he? He was able to figure out how to use like the spirit ball by himself, yeah. And he was able to figure out the Kamehameha before Krillin did. So I would say yes, he would. I could see a scenario where like, again, Yamcha's able to keep up, not because he's necessarily like ultra strong, but because he's more creative with his techniques. Rog May, welcome to the chat. Yes, I take your advice. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 music. You are correct. Let's see here. What else? I'll probably come back to this later and write out a bit more because this did give me a lot of ideas actually for Yamcha raise Goku. What if Vegeta was raised by the Red Ribbon Army? So would it be like a scenario where he's sent to Earth by his dad and he just takes over the army? Or would it be that like it's much earlier in the timeline? Maybe Vegeta's still a baby and something happened that causes King Vegeta to send him to Earth for some reason. Oh, you know, oh, wait. Hold on. Vegeta raised by Urban Army. Okay, so hear me out. Vegeta is still a newborn when Paragus decides to launch a rebellion against King Vegeta. The rebellion works as the king is ousted, fearing for the life of his new son. King Vegeta orders his scientists to send his son out into the far corners of space to avoid execution. King Vegeta is later killed as Paragus becomes king. Yeah, then this way, much later, we'll see that, like, even though Vegeta's on Earth and doing stuff, out in space, because Broly is still alive, he'd have a weapon against Frieza. And that's the reason why the Saiyan race isn't immediately killed. That could be cool. I think it's pretty interesting. And that way you can explain why Vegeta is sent to Earth as like a young baby. He gets found by the army. Would Commander Red specifically raise him to be his son? Or would that follow someone else?
Maybe like someone like Colonel Silver's his hand.
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that, yeah. Because if I remember right, even in, like, Superhero, we don't learn much about Magenta, but we do know that Commander Red was, like, a very absentee father. But that's because Magenta was, like, a normal guy, right? He wasn't special in the eyes of his father. But if it's a super powerful alien baby, it could be different, maybe.
You're my real son.
He's gonna have to put in a lot of effort just to please Vegeta so he can be in his favor, so he can use him in what way he wants.
It'd be funny if Red tries to be like a doting father to Vegeta, but Vegeta's an asshole and still kills him anyways to take control of the army. I could see that too.
No.
But also makes sense to have the idea that, like, oh, he has like a Nappa like figure. He has an attendant that, like, is ordered to do what he wants whenever he wants. It'd be funny if, like, anyone that the army sends to try and to be Vegeta's like attendant ends up dying really quickly, right? He treats them like Cybermen, right? He just treats them as punching bags. Then he hires Tao to try and like teach him manners. Vegeta beats Tao, but Tao's the only one who's like able to understand that Vegeta can't be reasoned with or fought against, so he just cowers in fear. And it's because he's a coward that he's able to like smooth talk Vegeta into thinking that like, oh yeah, I'm your subordinate. I'll do whatever you want, just don't kill me. Vegeta's like, okay, fine. If you give me food, do whatever I want, then I won't kill you. And that's how Tao becomes his Nappa. Yeah, exactly. Found by the urban army. Yeah, and then over the years, Vegeta is studied, and as his powers grow, so do his victims. Any soldier assigned to look after Vegeta is swiftly killed under the pretense of training. Tao is assigned to look after Vegeta, and he quickly learns how powerful and cruel the prince is. He is allowed to live only because he vows to always answer to his leader. Tao becomes Vegeta's Nappa on Earth. Yeah. But then, like, yeah, Vegeta, with Vegeta there, the army's unstoppable, right? Like, once Vegeta turns, like, 5. Not even 5. When he turns 4 years old, he's gonna single-handedly defeat everyone on the planet. And they'll take over the world with the army. So, like, once Vegeta turns 4, he and the army swiftly take over the planet. The king's army is useless against him. Red is made king of the world. Yeah. I feel like at 4 years old, I wonder if Vegeta would just be like, alright, Commander Red, thanks for all your help. You're no longer required, and he just kills him. Or if Vegeta doesn't care at first, because all he wants is to fight people in the beginning, and then he's convinced by Commander Black to kill Red, maybe. But regardless, at some point, Vegeta's gonna betray the army and then take over for himself. Like, I don't see how that wouldn't happen. So, like, at some point, Vegeta would betray his quote-unquote father and kill him, taking over the army and becoming the new king of the world. Yeah. Let's see. Social account says, I imagine Red would order Jojo to remove Vegeta's tail. Oh, no, yeah, no, that's a good point for sure. So, like, the first time that Vegeta turns into an Ozaru, he would probably destroy their entire HQ by himself. And he kills entire waves and platoons of soldiers before eventually someone makes the connection that his tail's his weakness, right? either because his tail got stuck underneath a broken pillar, or maybe it got pulled by Tao, or a robot tried to pull it, or tried to shoot at it. Something happens that makes him figure out the tail's the weakness. And after that happens, Red just says, cut off his tail immediately before we're all killed. He destroys their HQ and kills many soldiers. There are many casualties before his weakness is discovered. After this horrible night, Red commands his troops, or his scientists, to remove Vegeta's tail immediately. Yeah, because there's no need to have the tail, because Vegeta's already, like, loose cannon as it is without the tail. And with his tail, he'll turn into a monster that kills everyone with no reason, so they have to get rid of it. Would Vegeta's worldview change, per se? Not with the army. With the army, he still thinks that he's, like, superior to everyone else. I think the only difference is that without the knowledge he's a space alien, he would assume that he's just a really powerful Earthling. So he'd take over the world, but he wouldn't destroy it. He would just be the king of Earth. So I'll just write, not knowing his true origins, Vegeta would simply rule the world, or rule the Earth, with an iron fist. Unaware that the Frieza Force is still out there looking for him. Yeah, that makes sense. After that, I feel like it wouldn't be fun if Goku wasn't here. But I wonder if he would still get sent to Earth. Because going off of the idea that King Vegeta sent Vegeta to Earth because of a rebellion, would Bardock send him to the exact same world that Prince Vegeta lives in? Or would he send Goku somewhere else?
No.
Would Kakarot still get sent to Earth? Or would Bardock realize, oh wait, the prince is there? I'm not gonna send my son there, he'll die. I doubt King Vegeta. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe King Vegeta never tells anyone. So if he tells no one and then dies, then why would Bardock assume Earth isn't safe, right? You know what? I like that. Doesn't exist, you're spitting. You're spitting facts. So as King Vegeta never told anyone where his son was sent before his execution, Bardock wouldn't know that Prince Vegeta would be on Earth.
You want my son, you can have him. I just left him in one planet.
In one piece, yeah. When it seems that Frieza might destroy planet Vegeta, Bardock still sends Kakarot to Earth. And then Goku is still raised by Gohan in Mount Paozu, completely unaware about what Vegeta and the army is doing to the planet. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's only one who can stop Vegeta, and that's Devilman, obviously, the GOAT.
Of course. I feel that is Vegeta's control of the Great Ape something he was trained or is genetic? It's got to be trained. Because
Yeah,
he doesn't come out knowing how to control it. He doesn't come out knowing how to use the artificial moon either. It's a technique top of the elite. So I can only assume that either A, King Vegeta showed him how to use those techniques, or B, Vegeta would figure it out on his own eventually. But in this scenario, he got his tail cut off. So he turned into a great ape once and gets it cut off. So what other opportunity is there for him to learn how to control his tail? And then if Vegeta takes over the Earth and causes too much trouble with Jocko, I mean, does Jocko? Let me think about this. I'm going to go on the assumption that Jocko has already left Earth by the time Vegeta conquers it. And after he leaves the first time, he doesn't come back for decades. So why would he come back for no reason, right? Even in the main story, like, the briefs never call Jocko when the Saiyans invade Earth the first time. So why would they call again? I know the reason why is that Jocko didn't exist in Toriyama's mind at the time.
Joro!
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
Hi, Markiplier. How's your lung doing?
My lung is pretty solid, you know.
Yeah,
I'd say it's even
like iron?
and
Maybe iron even?
yeah.
Amazing. Hello, Charo. Right now we're just talking about what if Vegeta was raised by the Red Ribbon Army.
Uh-huh.
Very, very long story short, he's sent to Earth because Paragus locked in and made a rebellion that killed King Vegeta. But before he dies, he sends his son to Earth. And then Vegeta is raised by the army, and once he turns like 4 or 5, he takes over the world with the army, but then he kills Red to become its new king, to become the new commander.
Right, yeah. That makes sense.
And then Kakarot's still sent to Earth anyways, and so he's raised in Mount Paltsu, unaware that Vegeta is doing, you know, bad stuff to the planet. I mean, so social accounts say... Yeah, go ahead.
You know, if you never trained before, you know, like ever got a Senkai before, you know, Goku, yeah. I guess.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Goku
have that.
Like, he is... No, but I mean, like, he'd be like, ah, yes, this is Infant Saiyan Saga Vegeta. Like, power level-wise, like, that'd still be busted.
It would be, yeah.
Like,
He'd still be, like, what, 9,000, 10,000 in terms of... He's as strong as his father when he's born, right?
Right,
or was he or was he born
So,
stronger?
If
Which
we're
one
going
was it?
by anime logic, that makes him, like, Planet Buster at minimum.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah,
So he's uncontested.
Even if he isn't as strong, he'd still be like born with a few thousand power levels.
Mm-hmm. He's strong. He's stronger than anything that Earth's capable of, like, bar none. So he takes over the planet.
Realistically, the only thing you ever got that you could possibly do is like
The devil might be.
Mafuba. Like realistically, that's like the only thing you could do with him. Because like even then, like
Charles, you're cutting out. I can't hear you. You're cutting out.
My bad, Chief. What I'm saying is like, yeah, this Devilman, he's he's getting out blitzed by.
Yeah,
like,
he
yeah,
would
there's
get
no
he
way
would
that
get
Little
outsped.
Mike
Yeah,
is gonna work.
I agree. But yeah, I feel like it would have to be a story where there's like a rebellion faction, right? That kind of forms in like the shadows. At some
Well,
point,
realistically, Jiro is your biggest ally in the story because like he hate like Vegeta because he just like usurped like the Red Ribbon Army, so like Jiro would fucking hate him.
ooh, that's spicy. You know, that's big. You know what? You just gave me a great idea, Charo. So like, let's imagine there's like a secret rebellion, right? Capsule Corp's involved. Maybe Roshi is there with like the Crane School, but like the people who organized it was Jiro and Commander Black, because
Right.
the two of them despise Vegeta because he killed Red, not because they cared about Red, but because he took over the army when that's what they wanted to do.
Right. Yeah. So like now, like they could maybe manipulate Red before, but like now it's like completely impossible because like
Yeah.
he's like Vegeta's so fucking strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then
It'd be really funny if Jiro started working on Cell immediately.
Honestly, like a prototype Cell would be pretty cool.
Just be like, ah yes, this is my Vegeta clone.
A bio Vegeta. Like I could
Bio
see
Vegeta
I
clone,
could see a thing where it's like they have Jiro build like some androids. Like maybe like I don't know, Vegeta tries to kill some Red Ribbon Army soldiers, right? Maybe General Blue or something. So Jiro creates an android duplicate of Red from like
Android General Blue. Come on, yeah, that'd be.
Yeah. Android Blue and Android Red, those two.
Oh, you want to do like the one from the Dragon Ball line?
Yeah, the
giant red.
giant red, yeah. But I imagine like they would first try and get the Dragon Balls as like their only shot of being Vegeta, and that's how Bulma and maybe Bulma's not by herself. Maybe she has an escort, like maybe Colonel Silver or something. And that's how she meets Goku and Gohan, obviously. Gohan's dead, probably. But Goku's still there.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Goku, for sure.
Yeah, so they fight Goku
I mean,
in
like,
Dragon Ball.
His voice kind of like Vegeta. He's probably can take on him, and then he gets no gift.
Yeah. They would know he's a tail, and they go, oh shit, he's just like Vegeta. This kid's our biggest chance in stopping him. But then they realize, oh wait, this kid's still kind of weak compared to Vegeta. So they would have... So they try and get the Dragon Balls, but they'd also have Goku try and train with, like, you know, Roshi. And maybe with Tien and the Crane School to speed that process along. But then when it comes to, like, getting the last Dragon Balls, like, maybe at this point Vegeta's aware of it. And he's like, oh, Dragon Balls, that sounds cool. I want immortality. Army, go collect them. Yeah, go collect them. And then Jiro's like, shit, I can't say no to this, but now he's aware of it. So he put extra pressure on like the martial artist to make up a plan. To like either to defeat or distract Vegeta long enough so that they can use the Dragon Balls.
We get the biggest potential man to come back. We get Baba to get back Mutaito. And then, with this treasure, I summon Mutaito.
Archie says, why would they know about the tail of Jiro ruined it? Well, because the army knows. The army would know about Vegeta's tail. So if they see that Goku has a tail, they go, oh shit, he's the same thing that Vegeta is.
Right, yeah. It's like if Silver's walking, like he's burning with Bulma, then, like, you know.
Yeah, so like, I could see like
also I am the Prince of all Saiyans.
Yeah.
On the party. So if you have any context of what he was, like, Saiyan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if like the capsule, like if he sent us a kid though, like I don't know if they would know that he's a Saiyan, you know, like maybe he just wasn't lucid enough to know, but like, you know, they know that like he crashed on Earth, so he's an alien. So like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
at least know.
don't think Vegeta would get told he's an alien per se. He would just think he's like a really powerful human. But like at least
Right.
at least someone like Jiro, smart enough to realize, yeah, no, this kid's an alien. Like he's not from here, but he probably would keep it to himself. But yeah,
I mean,
I
if he just like transplanted on like the like you know the army base.
Mhm.
I guess like people would know that he just like randomly an alien, and they'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
let's just not like try to offset this fucking kid that can destroy us.
Yeah.
So they just
At the very least, like the super higher ups like Jiro and Red would know he's an alien, right? But maybe like the regular soldiers wouldn't know. But anyways, the way the arc could end is something like let me think. Yeah, they train the Dragon Balls.
it'd be really
And-
funny if like, you has to speedrun all the training from OG Dragon Ball in like 1 hour. Like he just goes from Roshi to Korin to like Baba to
Yeah, he's forced to speed
Kami
run
training.
like a lot of his training, just to stand a chance, and
and
then he still gets wrecked.
Not enough.
Yeah, he still gets wrecked. But he trained enough so he doesn't get one shot by Vegeta, which makes the difference. Because like let's say that, you know, he trains
It's like
with
the
like
whole Beerus situation. It's
Mhm.
like, well, Kakarot, you're like, you know, like a little entertaining. I'm gonna let you live.
yeah, he's like, oh, you're like maybe like 5% of my attention, which is a lot. You stand proud, Kakarot. You are strong.
You are strong, man.
But yeah, and then like, you know, the Dragon Ball will be gathered. I'm assuming Vegeta would try and make a wish, but he
Vegeta
gets beat.
becomes a Funimation Vegeta, and then he's like, "We should rule together, Goku. Nothing in the
He can
universe
stop
can
us.
stop us now."
Of course. I feel like his wish would get stolen anyways, but it would be something stupid. Like he tries to make the wish, and then someone just like, you know, oolong is like, I want panties, and he gets the wish, and then Vegeta's like, did you just steal my wish? I'm gonna kill you all. And now their only choice is to like have the androids fight Vegeta, and then pray it's enough time to make Roshi and Shen get ready with like a Mafuba, right? Something like that. Or maybe the opposite happens, where they can't find the last Dragon Ball, so Vegeta threatens to like, all right, well, if there's no Dragon Balls, then you're all useless to me. I'm gonna kill you all. Which forces Jiro to activate his androids to attack Vegeta. They try the Malfo plan. It doesn't work. And when all hope seems lost, they get the last Dragon Ball from, like, I don't know, Pilaf or something. They use the dragon to wish that Vegeta was trapped in the Malfo jar. Or maybe they just ask that Shenron gives Goku the power to seal Vegeta or something like that. Something that allows him to get defeated. Somehow.
I mean, now that like you can straight up just switch to be stronger, so like they could say like, yeah, let's make Goku match Vegeta or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, I guess, decent. That could be it.
And also the whole idea of maybe like Kami realizes that like Vegeta is like a big threat, so maybe he himself is like, all right, Goku, you don't know me, but I'm God. I'm gonna train you myself, because if I don't, then you're not gonna stop Vegeta.
Yeah, let's get in the hyperbolic time chamber,
Immediately.
my son.
What if Bulma wishes for Vegeta to fall in love with her? That's really funny. Yeah, like when all hope seems lost, she's able to distract him long enough for them to make a wish. And she's like, I want him to be my boyfriend. He's like, what? And it just works. It just works.
Alternatively, it would be really funny if like that like Shenron's like has the genie clause and he's like, nah, I cannot do that. And then like Vegeta like has already fallen in love with her, so it's like, ah shit. I guess I can't destroy this stupid planet.
That would be really funny if like they make Shenron do the wish. He says, "I cannot do that." Like, oh no, it's over. Hope is lost. And he goes, I cannot make something that's already true come to pass." And they're like, wait, what? He's already in love with you.
He's like,
Make another wish.
I don't like her, I don't know.
Make another wish. Yeah. He's like, no, I'm not.
Come on.
Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
You stupid dragon.
And Vegeta's like, if you don't shut up, then I'll kill you.
Shut up, boss. I'll kill you.
That's really funny. What if Vegeta hit his head on the way to Earth like Goku did when he was a kid? I feel like it okay, so even if he's a baby without getting a head injury, would he remember anything like realistic at all? He would just
Right,
know.
right.
He would probably just know that he's different. I don't think the head injury is necessary.
If we sent him like prematurely, then yeah, he wouldn't remember shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like,
Which I'm inclined to think that that's like what Paragus would do, because like in that context, right? Like sending him as a kid would be like too much of a, like, you know, like if that dude resisted you, like that baby might, like that kid might as well just fucking kill you, because
yeah.
he's so fucking strong. So like, Paragus might just send him, but like, you know, like the fucking stasis chamber, just
Yeah.
take that kid and just send them to the planet.
Right.
Forming a fume pod and like punch you.
But yeah, I feel like you could stretch this out a bit more and be like, oh yeah, early Dragon Ball consists of Goku doing his training while making sure Vegeta isn't aware of his existence. So he's able to participate in like the very first, like 21st tournament, then the 22nd maybe. He's able to encounter King Piccolo, and King Piccolo and Kami have to join his side because Vegeta is that much of a threat. Stuff like that, right?
It'd be really funny if he manages to like befriend King Piccolo, like not even calling the Piccolo.
not his
route,
not
because
his son.
I think that's just straight
Him
up King
himself.
Piccolo in the roster
Yeah.
now.
That'd be cool.
Kami, we need to fuse. Fuck you.
That would be nuts, actually. Could you imagine if like King Piccolo is able to have his heart change because of Goku, and it's just enough to convince Kami that Piccolo, we need to fuse. This is base Vegeta we're up against.
Can't blame him.
I still wonder how strong like Namek Saga Piccolo, like no, same Saga Piccolo have been fused with Kami, because like that fusion is like pretty significant.
It was a huge
I feel
boost,
like
yeah.
They might be able to put him on close enough
To Vegeta, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. If it's like power level 125 King Piccolo fusing with Kami, it'd probably boost him to around Vegeta's level of like 10,000 something.
It really is like one of those memes where it's like the fight is like epic, but the age gap is like so fucking funny.
And then it would have to be a thing where it's like I know in the Namek arc they just flat out say, I think it was Guru who said it. Guru's like, oh, if the child of Katas never split, he could have beat Frieza. And it's like, how? Kami and King Piccolo were like power level like 100 plus. 100 times that wouldn't mean that he's like 500 million whatever.
The NDB joke, but it clearly Bahali, that's clear how it works.
Of course. Makes the most sense. Hala Hala says, if Shenron says he can't fulfill the wish of having him fall for Bulma, what if Shenron just sends a bouquet of flowers into Vegeta's hands? That's so funny. Here's my gift to the new couple. Farewell.
Farewell.
Farewell. But yeah, no, I feel like having Vegeta be like the end boss makes a lot of sense for OG Dragon Ball. And it's just Goku getting to a point where he gets enough training and allies to fight him. Which it would include Joro and his androids, and then King Piccolo and Kami.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end, they're able... Maybe it would be a thing where... Maybe Vegeta is able to kill Kami / Piccolo, right? The fusion. He kills him because he was going to kill Kakarot. So then Piccolo comes into... with the Saiyan Saga, no, don't kill that boy. And then he saves Goku from being killed. And then Goku has a big power boost because he got angry.
And then he lays an egg.
And then you have and then and then Goku just impales him. Of course, that makes sense. No,
No, I don't. And then you have the grandson of Clearly, that's his name. No.
Hi, Krim. I didn't know that was you. Welcome to the stream. Social accounts says maybe Goku defeats Vegeta by briefly tapping into Rage / Ozaru form that Broly used. I mean, at the very least,
I'm not a fan of everyone just using Ikari. I think like it just makes it like very overused.
I also think it's overused in a lot of like stories where extra early stakes, just have him learn it willy nilly. I don't think. I think what could be funny though, or at least kind of interesting, is if Vegeta can't control the Ozaru because he lost his tail so early in his life, but Goku can. Like Goku gets to keep his tail, cool. And then like his allies help him figure it out.
Right.
It would be
like, like.
Charles, your mic's cutting off. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
No.
Try again.
Hello, is this better?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so like basically, even though like he knows, they specify that like Elite Saiyans or their tails. They have their tails to like and I guess like conscious of the also like part of it. So
you were doing great, and then like into your discussion, your mic cut out again.
Oh my fucking god. So yeah, at least you just have like complete control of these arms taken when you say something.
Yeah. No, for yeah, sure. That would be really cool. I agree. Yeah, so yeah, what's
you can have a moment where like both like Vegeta regrows his tail, like so we have a solid fight, and they just sort of going on.
That'd be so cool. Like imagine like Goku, Goku and his allies, they use all the stops, right? They they have Ozaru Goku, they have the Kami Piccolo fusion, they have Joro and his 2 androids, right? They have Roshi on standby with the Mafuba. They do all of this shit to try and stop Vegeta. And just when it looks like they might win, Vegeta regrows his tail and like, oh fuck, wait a minute, no, that's impossible. And then he just regrows like with Gohan. Yeah, they're like, Roshi, blow up the moon now before it's too late. And then Vegeta transforms, and then they're fucked. Like, they're boned. And then when all hope seems lost, that's when Shenron is summoned, and maybe they try and use the wish to, it's like, oh, make Vegeta fall in love with me.
Well,
And
if you have fused King Piccolo, then you don't have a Shenron. That's the thing.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. That's true.
They might be bones, actually.
I like what Mr. Doesn't Exist says.
Hold out the fusion until they get the wish done, and then Piccolo is the backup for the son of Katats is the backup for in case things go incredibly south. Tommy is like, okay, let's fuse.
No, for sure. Oh my goodness. This is really hype. This is really cool. Okay, let me write some stuff down. I've been yapping for a while. I should probably write some stuff down. So,
And this is the 10th Dragon Ball What If You, OG Dragon Ball What If You got to pass it in your channel.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault that OG Dragon Ball is cool.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, no. Social made a good point. Maybe Kami and Piccolo fuse to prevent Vegeta from making his wish. Like maybe Bulma tries her wish, it doesn't work. He gets flushed and he goes, "Get out the way, woman! Shenron, I have my own wish." And as he's talking, that's when Shenron disappears because that's when the fusion happens. Yeah, that's a cool sequence.
I like that. Yeah.
And then by the end of that final arc of OG Dragon Ball, Vegeta is defeated for realsies this time. And he's like, "All right, I guess I will stop killing people for now." And then I could see a thing where the heroes barely managed to subdue Vegeta, and it looks like everything will go well, and then Jiro's like, "Nah, I'm still gonna try and kill you." And so he releases a secret project, which is a prototype cell, or a stronger android that he kept on his back pocket. And so he and Goku have to team up to defeat it, or something like that.
That'd be cool.
And then once Raditz shows up, it's no contest. He's boned.
That shows up, and it's that one scene from the Broly movie, the C Broly movie, where Prince Vegeta, I didn't know you were here.
I've come to take you to your new planet Vegeta, and well, your throne awaits. And then Vegeta's like, "Oh, there's a planet for me. Okay, I can do that."
Goodbye, Earth.
I no longer need you, planet Earth. I'm going to reclaim my birthright.
Uh-huh. I mean, it's still Vegeta, even though he got his ass beat. So yeah.
Yeah, he used to be
if you work
cocky
on
and
C
shit.
Vegeta. Yeah.
But what was I gonna say?
I do still think that if Raditz and Nappa are working for the Frieza force, I don't think Raditz would think, "Oh yeah, with Vegeta we can definitely beat Frieza."
I think it will just be it's a more of a trap than anything else to get him to leave Earth, so they can take him to Frieza. Or bare minimum, take him to a desolate world where Zarbon, Dodoria are waiting, something like that. And then Vegeta, and then because they don't think Vegeta can stop them, then surprise, surprise, he can stop them.
Surprise, surprise, he got beat up, and then that's how Senkai's work.
Yeah,
he's just super strong.
I would also feel that after he gets beat up the first time, he'd probably humor Goku and fight with him, so he gets a little stronger too after that, anyways. But yeah, his first Zenkai would be really stupid. Because, like, what? When he almost died on Earth in canon, he went from, like, 1800 to, like, 24. So, like, assuming he trains with Goku after this, he'd probably be around 24K by the time he gets found by Raditz, maybe. Something like that. Social account says with Frieza still about the sands and Paragus in control. I feel that it would make sense if Frieza is still gonna kill the Saiyans, but Paragus isn't like Vegeta in that he's actually afraid and cautious of Frieza. So you probably assume, okay, I think Frieza's gonna try and do something. I should probably leave. So, like, on the day that Frieza destroys planet Vegeta, Paragus just leaves with the sun. And then, like, he's just like, alright, well, if planet Vegeta is destroyed, that's okay, because I still have Broly. I can create a new empire as long as I have Broly. Maybe he has, like a few dedicated survivors, maybe, so he's not alone. Like, I don't know. Some scientists, some other Saiyans.
He picks up the C Broly crew. Clearly, all those random aliens.
Oh yeah, like the ones from the Z Broly movie. Like, he has his little empire of like random aliens that look like Krang from the Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, Social. I feel that at some point, it Goku and Vegeta would, as a Red Ribbon Army Vegeta would have to fight Broly eventually. That it just makes sense in my eyes. But okay,
I know for sure that like when they defeat Frieza, like Target's gonna be like, yeah, these guys are way strong. We need to end them before they end the.
Goku was recruited into a secret rebellion force led by Roshi, Master Shen, and Jiro with Commander Black, who want revenge on Vegeta for taking over the Urban Army. Yeah. Alright, cool. This is a cool idea. I like this one a lot. Fox Geese, thank you for joining. He says, what if Paragus made Bio Broly from his son? Easier to control while he keeps his son in cold so he can control him better. I remember there was a fan project, wasn't there, like a while ago, where someone tried to make all of the movies canon, and like in that outline they made a drawing of like Broly there's a pair of twins, so there's like DBS Broly and Z Broly are twins, and then Paragus makes a clone of one of his sons, and that's Bio Broly, right? Is that how it goes?
I think we did that.
Well, no, there was also like a really popular piece of fan art showing a bunch of different like redesigns of these characters I saw online. And that was one of them, I think.
Oh, like the second one.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it would be cool if there's like a Bio Broly made by Paragus himself, just because like his son is still out of control. The Bio Broly army. Yeah, it's like the big Getty Star scene where like in movie 6 you see Goku and Vegeta, like they think they beat one Bio Broly, and then they look up and there's an entire fleet of other Bio Broly staring them down from a mountain. Foxkey says, I bought some really expensive books in Japan. I'll send you pics. Oh, thank you. That'd be cool. I hope you're having fun in Japan. I hope you'll have a chance to at some point see some of the sites, and you have a chance to go see some of the Dragon Ball stores they opened recently. But the Bio Broly's allow me to cheat death. How can this be? Of course, of course. Let's see. I think I'll talk for another 15-ish minutes and then I'll probably stop for tonight. Let's see. What if Goku was raised by Mr. Popo? Well, at that point, just have Goku be raised by Kami and Popo. That makes the most sense to me, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Howdy. Hi. You're on stream.
Oh, hello.
We're doing what if stream.
Yeah, we're gonna finish pretty soon, but thank you for coming on. Hello.
Hello. Nice stream.
Yes. For those who are stopping in, this is Rox. This is my partner. Say hello. And we're just talking a bit about Dragon Ball stuff. Yeah. What's one fun fact about yourself?
One.
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 One. I have a very good analog collection, I think, and it's
Damn.
my pride and joy.
That's so cool. You're very base for that one.
Heh. I love physical media.
Hell yeah, gamer. But
Analog.
Dragon Ball Z analog horror? Question mark? ARG?
Yeah,
Oh my god, no.
Oh no!
What if I bought a haunted VHS of the Saiyan Saga and Goku? It was signed by Sean Schemmel, and every time I put it into the TV, hyper realistic Sean Schemmel would bleed at me.
Yeah, don't you have one of those in your collection? Because I do.
Nah, they're too expensive. They're too expensive.
Darn.
I can't get it on that.
Of,
I'll have to just
like
order them.
like Goku's sister, which was like so fucking bloody and violent that like they banned the movie.
Wait, no. Was it Goku's? No, I thought the creepypasta was there was a secret movie about Broly's sister that was so violent and graphic. There was only one copy, and it was sent to the Shadow Realm, where no one could read it until I, the main character of this creepypasta, found it in a garage sale.
Yeah, it was either like Goku's sister or like Broly's sister. I don't know.
I could have sworn it was Broly's sister. But what was I gonna say? I guess one last thing to talk about. Charo, I remember Smug back in the day. He did one quick video about what if Kami raised Goku, right? This is a super old one too, from like the before times, before the pandemic.
I mean, he collabed it with like Plus Ultraman, so like that's old.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. That is pretty old. I feel like if I were
I'm
to
pretty
do
sure
something...
it was like on a video on like how he went on to like develop his what ifs. Like that was the example one they were doing like, oh yeah, how do we brainstorm the what ifs and such.
Mm-hmm. Right. I remember vaguely that like the story ends up with like Goku sparing a lot of villains, so that he's able to solve most of OG Dragon Ball pretty easily. But then in the Saiyan Saga, he ends up getting people killed by the Saiyans. And then because he never stopped Joro. Oh, because he spared the Red Ribbon Army, they just develop androids a lot faster. So Android 16 goes to the lookout and kills everyone. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. In the Saiyan Saga, Tao joins, then he dies to try and stop Nappa, and then Goku barely beats Vegeta, and then when he tries to recover, that's when Android 16 shows up to destroy the lookout. That's what I remember.
I don't remember that part.
At least
But I do remember him
think,
struggling as the Saiyans.
yeah, I think it's how it turns out. It's something similar. I definitely know the
I mean, then
androids
again,
show
like,
up.
if Goku would come back
Mhm.
eventually, you know, like that's just like him dying later in the story.
Right. Green Turret, thank you for the $10 donation. Oh my goodness, thank you. What if Goku wished to be human after his Ozaru rampage
loaded.
at Pilaf's castle? Could he wish his tail or wish to be normal? I mean, if... Let's see. It couldn't be the one at Pilaf's castle because it already got used to wish for underwear. A year passes and then the Red Ribbon Army stuff happens. So they wish back Upa. So it would have to be before the 20th World Tournament, right? But if he turns into an Earthling, then he loses a lot of his power.
His Zenkai.
Yeah, he'd lose it, and then he'd have to fight Tien and probably lose to Tien. And then he'd probably end up having to really struggle against Piccolo and probably die in the process. Because it was his Saiyan power that let him beat Piccolo. Like, I could see it kind of being like, maybe instead of wishing away the part that made him a Nozaru, he just asks where he comes from. Or maybe he asked Shenron to let him fight the monster that killed his grandpa. And he's like, you want to fight yourself? And he's like, what? What do you mean? He's like, you killed your grandpa, stupid.
Oh my god, it's like one of those scenarios where like he's placed in the Mindscape and he has to fight the Ozaru from within. And
Yeah,
then, like,
exactly.
To conquer and be able to like, you know, use the Ozaru form.
Mm-hmm. And then that way, when like the 22nd World Tournament happens, he's like strong and he gets stronger. Obviously, he's able to like. That will be a good reason to actually have something like Akari happen, because at that point you have a
Like-
good reason to have that happen. Like he conquered those Aru from within, so now he can summon its power at will. That makes sense.
Right. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What if Goku wished to know his origins? Yeah, it's another thing I thought about too. Like, he just asked where he comes from, and Shenron's like, "You're an alien." He's like, "Oh shit, really?" Dang. I thought Grandpa Gohan gave birth to me, but that's crazy. I thought it came out of his pee-pee, but I guess it's not how that works.
No, silly. There's a Gowie hole. That's where they come.
Yeah, of course! Of course! That's what Shenron has to teach about the birds and the bees. But yeah, so... I mean, if you were to learn where he came from... I guess that would probably affect his motivations. He'd probably want to figure out, like, okay, well, how did I come here? Maybe he's able to get in contact with his grandpa's spirit, and he's like, oh yeah, you came from a spaceship. It's parked behind your house. I don't know why you never noticed it before.
Yeah.
And then Goku finds a ship, and he's like, wow. Gives it to Bulma, maybe, and then she's able to, like, fix it or something, and he goes to space that way, maybe. There's something there about having Kid Goku go to space. That could be interesting as like a story.
It's just GT, but like, you know, without him being a whole as well.
Yeah. Could you imagine Kid Goku trying to fight Legic? That'd be nuts. coughing baby versus atomic bomb. What if Grandpa Gohan had a son? He does. His name is Goku. Oh, you mean like if he had like a biological son?
What if Grandpa Gohan got laid?
Yeah. what if Grandpa Gohan stopped messing around and just got some bitches, you know, and he learned to stop going for paper.
I mean, yeah, he's a renowned martial artist. He could just flex and be like, they'll be like, oh my god.
I'm very strong, ladies. But what's okay? So, what's a dish you can make with rice? It's risotto. I would just call him risotto. That'd be funny.
You call him armor rice,
Yes,
really.
sir.
Omu. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Giorno Jovan.
Joe
Of course. You just have the OC be like, yes, I am a renowned martial artist, and my mortal rival is Tao Pai Pai, because I'm also an assassin and he takes out my business.
Oh my god.
It'd be funny if, like, the reason why Grandpa Gohan doesn't talk about his son.
Where to fall in love with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and he's just like, I'm not into kids. And he's like, how old are you? I'm clearly 200 years old. Is it the same age that Tao is?
Actually, how old is Grandpa Gohan?
Oh no, you're right. He's not. Let's see. He's like what?
He's
He's
at least
100?
Like over 100.
He's 100, right? Or
He doesn't have
80?
the eternal youth. Now, like, yeah.
Oh, you're right. He does. I forgot about that. Yeah, no. That's different then. And someone would be like, what? And he's like,
100 or something.
yeah, no, never mind. I forgot. Gohan isn't like he's not like Roshi. He doesn't have like that sort of pseudo immortality. What if Kid Goku interrupted Goku's wish? What if Kid Goku interrupted Piccolo's wish and then Goku got eternal youth? That'd be tragic. Cause like he never grew up. He's like Peter Pan.
Oh my god, dude.
I remember.
Chuchu wants to murder him.
Yeah, I remember when I was making my own outline for what if Goku became an android. Goku turns into an android when he's a kid. And because androidification means that you stay young for a long time, that means that Goku wouldn't age physically for like a very long time. So throughout all of DBZ, he'd still look the same. Which means that like he'd never have Chi-Chi for a wife because, you know, he's still a kid. Which wouldn't be possible. What else?
But you know, it'd be damn good if like he made it there at the end of it, you know?
I could see a thing where like maybe during like the far future, like in GT or something, or the end of Z, he's finally an adult with an adult body.
Wow.
Like he still be, yeah. There's like the payoff for that
Iguana.
series. Hi, Iguana. It's getting pretty late. I think I'll probably call it quits here. It's been like almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna hop off for now. So yeah, I'm gonna turn off the stream. So everyone, go take a shower, you stinkies. Tuck yourselves in safe because it's cold as hell outside. Stay safe, all that jazz, and I'll head off for now. Thank you everyone for stopping by, and thank you to my friends and co-hosts for coming in to chat. Thank you kindly.
I love hopping in last minutes and getting all the credit.
Thank you, Charo, for your lasting contributions. You'll be remembered for all time as the greatest comedian.
Yeah, thank you. I'm still at
Well,
top
now you have to die.
1900.
Of course. All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Have a good night.
You get Wayne.
Essentially. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.